Yo! So, hello everyone. This is something I never thought I'd do on camera. Check this out. This is pretty crazy. So anyway, I guess now I can go over the whole story of, especially this, but also what happened with the hands. And as you'll notice through a lot of this, it's pretty jank. So you'll have to bear with me because I'm still messing around with it here and there. So, hand situation first off, and then the VTuber situation thing. So, yeah. For those who don't remember, I did my hand in, and I can actually show you now what was wrong with it originally. It was this one, and I couldn't rotate it like this. Instead, what was happening, oh, like that, sorry. Instead, what was happening was when I was doing that, it was really painful. Like, just doing that was awful. And as a result, I just ended up kind of not using it and just chilling out for like an entire year and then going into a kind of very, very bad depression. So, yeah, at least I can show that off now. That's the thing. So, the VTuber situation with the crazy hands that just sort of went BAM! Out of nowhere. And occasionally just make me go flipping out to the sides of the screens. This was something I wanted to try out because a lot of you have said before, you know, like, oh Dave, why won't you try out VR or whatever else? And I've explained my reasons for VR, basically knocking me completely sick to the point where I just want to barf. So, going crazy there. You see that then? Anyway, did it again. So, this isn't perfect, but it's something that I wanted to mess around with. Basically, I got talking with one of the guys on Discord who said, you know, you should try this out and see what happens, and maybe you'll enjoy it. And my explanation the last time was, look, I tried this out, it didn't go so well, the community didn't really like it too much, so maybe I shouldn't do it. To which he was basically like, just do it, you know, just go for it, because if you enjoy it, then you put out the content, and whoever else enjoys it will come to watch. So, I set out on this little adventure thinking I can get this set up, and the idea is that hopefully I don't have to pay too much for it, you know, with me not having much money to begin with. Ever. So, I go and download this little program, and then I figure, you know, I'll slap the old avatar into it. And sure enough, I get this, where I'm just able to move backwards and forwards, and it reads my facial expressions, and, you know, it lip syncs pretty well. I've got a custom, like, skin going on here. It looks alright, and yeah, it tracks eye movement and also eyebrow movement sometimes. And I can mess around with the effects and stuff, the shadows, and like add bloom or whatever else to it if I want to do a video like this. But then the whole thing was, when we were talking about this and the technology behind it and stuff, I said, you know, because it's not VR, I'd still like to try and interact with things as if it was VR, or at least give a little bit more emotion. So I go looking around, and he recommends something as well. It's like a little camera thing that is supposed to detect where your hands are. So sure enough, I go to the one place which cannot be trusted, eBay. So I go to eBay, and I'm looking around, and I'm looking through the pages and scrolling, and I find this one version of the thing for pretty cheap. I think it was, in US, people are paying like up to $100 for it. I paid less than 40 for it. I got it like dirt cheap for what everybody else is paying. Basically, I got it around about 30. And I'm really happy with it now. Ordered it. It's come in the mail today. So what did I do? Well, I just plugged it in. Spent a little bit of time positioning this thing where I wanted it to be. And then configuring it so it doesn't make me go absolutely crazy, you know. But now, as a result, I can now point at things when my finger decides to track. Come on, hand. Okay, maybe it doesn't want to track. Bad hand. Let's try this one. Nope. So, whenever it wants to, it can decide to track. It can track my fingers, occasionally point, depending on where I am, really, to the actual markers and stuff. Sometimes I'll just go completely all over the place because of how it is, but at least it gives me a lot more emotion. I wouldn't normally do all this stuff with my hands in real life, but it allows me to convey a little bit more personality, and you know, it just makes it more interesting, because technically even though this is an avatar, this is still all my motion and my mouth syncing and, you know, my eyes blinking at the same time as I am to the camera, and obviously the hands moving with this other thing that's on the desk. So, it's still me, just a digital representation. So it's pretty cool. I don't know whether you guys like it or not. I'm going to be using this for a little while just to see what the kind of response is, and also to try and spice things up a little bit. Plus, I'm finding it pretty fun right now. And I've more or less accomplished what I set out to do. Something like this for pretty cheap, which is really nice considering people spend hundreds and hundreds on setups and stuff, and this is basically just one piece of free software that gets updated, you know, every now and again, and just a piece of hardware to go along with it that I ended up getting for cheap as well. So, interesting experiment, good results. I'll see you on the next video. Bye!